Did you know that 97% of the home buyers start their search for a home online? Well, actually, that's probably not that surprising. So they go online, they go to a home search site like Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia.com. Those are the three largest. But Trulia is actually owned by Zillow. So you might as well say Zillow or Realtor.com. They go on, they found a home they like, they contact the agent because they have a question, or maybe they set up a showing, and then who are they connected with? Who is the agent on the other end of that inquiry? That's what we're going to talk about today, and it might be surprising to you. Let's look at the search first. So let's say you go on to Zillow.com. And you put in your criteria and the area that you're looking in, and the houses come up over here for sale, and you click on the home that you like, and maybe you scroll through the pictures, and wow, I mean, that's a really good looking home. And so you see right here it says request a tour, so maybe you want to see the home. Maybe you click request a tour. Maybe you just have a question. Maybe you have a question for the agent. You want to contact the agent. So you click that. It asks you for your name, phone number, and email. And it has a default message in here. You click contact agent. Well, by default, it also says I want financing information. So you got to make sure whether you want that or not. And then you have a lot of really small print here, which you might want to read. And then beyond that, you have this terms of service. You can click on that, and you'll see that's page after page after page of what you're actually agreeing to when you click contact agent. Now, who is that agent? Well, it might surprise you to know that that agent is not the listing agent. It's not the agent whose name is on the sign. It's actually an agent that paid for the opportunity to get that lead. So Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, they all sell leads. That's basically what they do. That's how they make their money. Realtors pay to receive the leads when the consumers click on the contact agent or they click on request a tour. And many times what happens then is that you'll get connected to an agent that you might think is the listing agent. I think that's probably a logical conclusion when you see this, but that's not the case. Actually, just today, I got a call on this very house from somebody that had submitted an inquiry online, and an agent called them and set up an appointment to show them the home. And then they realized, because they were a little bit more savvy, that this was not the listing agent when they dug a little deeper. So they called me directly and they said, look, I'm not sure what happened. I wanted to see the house. I wanted to see it with the listing agent, and I got a call from this other agent. So I was able to look. Somebody had made an appointment, and so I did know. I asked them if this was the other agent, and they said yes. And so we just, they had never met the agent. So they decided to cancel that appointment, and they wanted to look directly with me. Now, I don't think that's necessarily the best path. And we're going to talk about that in a minute, about a buyer's agent and what a buyer's agent really is. Now, when you're being connected with these random agents, they actually will want to be your buyer's agent, which in itself is not a bad thing. It's just kind of the way it happens. You're getting introduced to somebody you don't know really anything about, and then they're going to want to pressure you to be your buyer's agent. So let's take a little closer look at this listing on Zillow. And if we scroll down beyond the buttons of request a tour and contact an agent, we'll find that there actually is information here listed by. And this is my listing, so it's got my name and my cell phone number and my company number. Now, this is required information. This is required by the Internet Data Exchange to give permission for the house to be put on these sites. They must say who the listing agent is. They just don't make it really as prominent as trying to get you to click and submit your information. The same thing goes for Realtor.com, where they have the schedule the tour over here, or more about this property, where you can click and email agent. Again, you're asking an agent, you think it's the listing agent, it's not. Same thing, It's an agent that is paying to receive these leads. If you look over here in the upper left-hand corner, it does have my name and my company a little bit more prominent than the Zillow, but there's no contact information. So you got to take an extra step. You got to look them up online to contact them directly. And Trulia, very similar to Zillow, they have the very prominent schedule a tour request info, and you have to scroll down several pages to see actually where the listing agent information is. So if you're on these sites and you're looking for the listing agent's information, it's not going to be generally on one of these click for more information. It's going to be somewhere else on the page, and you'll have to dig a little deeper, which is exactly what that guy did today when he called me directly. Now, let's talk about that just a minute, is whether you really want to look at a home with a listing agent if you are a buyer. So when you're a buyer, the listing agent lists the property. They represent the seller. The seller offers compensation to a buyer's agent, an agent that's going to bring the buyer. So the compensation is already being paid to an agent that can represent you and your best interest. So my advice is this. Everybody wants to rush out. 97% want to go out and look at homes. That's the first thing they want to do when they think about buying a home. And a lot of times they just randomly get connected with an agent through one of these lead capture sites, and it may be a great agent or it may not. You don't really know. And in some cases, the choice of meeting them is kind of being made for you. So my advice is this. If you're looking to buy a home, first find an agent. Now, how do you find an agent? Well, ask your family, ask a friend for a referral. Go online, look at reviews. Google real estate agent near me. Look at reviews. Try to find an agent. Maybe there's a company that you trust. You should actually probably talk to more than one. So I'm broker owner of Weichert Realtors Advantage Plus. We have 2 offices here in Knoxville, 60 agents. And what we want to do is we actually want to sit down with you, have a buyer consultation. We want to talk about what your goals are, what you're looking for in a home, how we can best help you. And then from there, we can talk about representing your best interests. We can be your advocate. So we have access to all these homes for sale that you see online, so you can see any home available. In fact, we can set you up to receive homes through the MLS, which is a much better search. We can really hone in on maybe some specific features you're looking for in a home that we can search in the MLS that you can't really search well online. So the first thing you should do, find an agent that you're comfortable with. This is a big purchase, and you need to be working with somebody that you know and trust. So it might be somebody that you're getting to know and trust by interviewing. You're interviewing them, they're interviewing you, and you make the decision to work together to go find that home. So go to Zillow, go to Realtor.com, look at homes online, but be careful before you submit your information online. Know that you're going to be connected to somebody that is not the agent for the house at all, but some other agent that is looking to get your business. Now, nothing wrong with that at all, but you just need to know up front what you're in for when you submit your information on Zillow. Read that fine print, because they're not only going to want to introduce you to a real estate agent, they're going to want to introduce you to a lender, to a title person. You know, there's a whole bunch of people to pay to get your information when you submit it on these sites. Again, I'm Jeff Grebe. I'm your Knoxville broker, and I want to answer any question that you have, and I hope that you'll watch this next video and learn more about Knoxville real estate.